This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr.
I was like, the Jeopardy people were like, oh, I was pushing the button, but I wasn't doing it. So you got a little glimpse of it. Just a little Easter egg there. Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, Max Arraj, a little sneak peek at who was already in the studio tonight for Tuesday night playoff edition of the LowcoSports Lowdown. Lots of baseball, a little bit of softball, and a good bit of soccer on tap today. So we'll get through all that, and I have a ticker for you. So if you just want the scores, you can read the bottom. But we will go a little more in depth here shortly with Misa B. Trollin, who comes on to talk about the win last night that he didn't get to talk about, as well as about the Shark girls rolling 7-0, which we have your highlights, Wes, and the rest of the soccer. And Misa is here, so might as well go ahead and bring him in and start on the pitch. Misa B. Trollin, aka Misa Garzon. What's up, buddy? Tried to talk to you on the bus last night. It did not work out in our favor. But great win, first of all, for the Sharks last night up at West Florence.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, we tried to make it happen on the road, but Wi-Fi doesn't work sometimes. But yeah, big win for our boys. Came out really strong. Against a very good team on the road. So strong start to the playoffs, and we're hoping to continue that tomorrow against a very tough and undefeated AC Flora team on the road in Colombia.
Yes, indeed. But also great win tonight for the girls, coming out on top 7-0.
To start off the soccer playoffs for the Sharks.
Yeah, you were over there, Wes, and I assume you were too, Misa.
Yeah,
I was there for the first half.
That was about enough, right? There,
showed their dominance early. Yes, so this game was moved to a 7:45 kickoff because the bus broke down. The Ridgeview girls got here late, so we postponed the game for a little while, but Sharks quickly found their steps, and this one was pretty much decided early on, even though they didn't score right away. It just felt like they were the better team and just continued to have most of the possession. And it was a shooting gallery early, and then eventually they were able to knock some shots in the back of the net. And I think we just missed it, but that first goal that Zoe Stevenson had was off a corner kick, ricocheted off the far post and in.
Wow.
Yeah.
The kick hits the corner itself. She put the corner in.
I mean, you couldn't put it any better than that.
I love that.
Off the far post and in. It's a beautiful goal.
Yeah, that's a great goal.
Yep. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
but, tremendous
so the Sharks. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, tremendous effort taking care of business at home. And I was talking to Misa about this, but it just speaks to how good this region is. I mean, it's a class in of itself. Those top 4 or 5 teams, and you just see the benefits from playing all those quality squads. They're both the guys and the girls this year, and you kind of see that in terms of how the results are playing out so far on the pitch to begin the playoffs. And speaking of which, on the girls soccer bracket, we got an upset that took place, didn't we?
Yeah, Hilton Head girls 3-2 over Myrtle Beach. Do you have any more details on that, Misa? You reported that score to me.
Wow. No, I'm still looking. It was a close game, but I'm still waiting. I thought I could get some film and highlights, but I haven't been able to yet. But it was a big win. The girls, a 4 seed. But is it really an upset? Because the last 3 years, the Region 7 4 seed has beaten the Region 6 2 seed. So is it really an upset?
Hard to call it that at this point. I mean, it just is. I don't know. It's kind of like
technically
12-5 is also an upset, but it's pretty common. I guess it's like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hilton Head advances. I assume James Island and Lucy Beckham both advanced easily. So should be a perfect night for the region, which again begs the question why we don't have, not begs the question, that's the wrong, but brings up the question why we don't have a different playoff format. But same thing in 3A. You got some really lopsided stuff happening there, like Beaufort 13-1 tonight over Georgetown. Selena Duncan 4 goals and 2 assists tonight. Light duty for her. I think that's 35-10 now on the season.
That's insane.
Pretty solid.
That's
Pretty
insane.
solid.
Wow.
Yeah, she's crazy good. Wakamabe Battery
As
Creek
a-
10-1, so they stay on the crash course there.
I think Bridges girls beat Hampton County.
Bridges girls, very first playoff win, 6-0 over Hampton County, and their reward, they get to go to Oceanside.
Hey, congratulations!
Congratulations.
2A sports.
I mean that.
Yeah.
I mean that both, literally as well as
Right.
the sarcasm having to.
As,
Congratulations,
yeah,
going after
yeah.
the Oceanside.
Both genuinely and sarcastically at the same time.
I kind of want to
Yes.
text Coach Macy and just get his thoughts on playing Oceanside in the second round, just to see what he says.
Seems like a fair enough fight. Bridges boys get Whale Branch in the second round, so that's kind of fun.
A little Lowco
even
showdown.
Even though it was 24-1 on aggregate in the regular season, it's still cool. That was the first win for Whale Branch boys, by the way. So
In playoff history, right? Like,
yeah, first
Wow.
ever playoff win. So
Congratulations.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool deal.
Yeah, awesome. Well done.
Still weird that there's a 3-team pod and they're all in the same region, but seems like we could have a policy about moving people up or down the line so you don't play teams from your region in the first two rounds.
I'm just trying to figure out how in the 1A bracket on the boys' side, the 8 and 9 matchup is 2 Charleston teams, and the winner has to travel to St. Joseph's in the upstate in the second round of the playoffs. That's insane. I don't get it.
Two sides of the same coin, I suppose, there. But a couple other scores that were not playoff scores on the pitch. Skeezy games. On the girls' side, JP2 2-0 over Coastal Homeschool. HHCA 4-0 over Palmetto Christian. And on the boys' side, JP2 6-0 over Patrick Henry. Buford Academy 10-0 over St. John's Christian, and HHCA 3-0 over Hilton Head Prep. So those are some Skeezer results. I suppose we'll get brackets for that like Friday-ish, I would think. I think they have regular season games through Thursday. Maybe.
When's the first playoff game?
Yeah.
Next Monday, probably.
So they'll probably release it Monday afternoon prior to kickoff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Monday noon.
Yep.
You get the schedule, find out where you play at 6.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, 4. They don't have lights there. Sorry, 4. And it's 3 hours away, so you better get going. We
All right,
can.
boys, we got our team. All right.
They're
Yeah,
doing
but-
better these days. They've been doing a better job of getting those brackets out a little more ahead of time, and we appreciate that. So,
Yep.
we kid. It's all in
Appreciate
good
that.
fun. But yeah, so looking ahead to, let's see if I can get brackets up here. What bracket you guys want to see? Brackets on demand.
Ooh.
With that 4A boys bracket, Misa?
Yeah, give us that 4.
Let's start with 4 and work our way down.
You know that one by heart, right?
Yes, actually, I do. If I got it right, it's going to be Buford at Myrtle Beach, Lucy Beckham at Irmo, May River at AC Flora, and James.
Did BA girls play tonight? I didn't realize they played tonight. What was the
Yeah,
score?
they won 13-1 over, I believe, Georgetown.
No, that was
Buford Academy girls.
Oh, Academy girls. Sorry.
Hit me with the score. I didn't have that on my schedule. So tell me about it, Peggy.
I don't think it's
Give us
posted on
the
either.
score, please. Viewers, please give us the score. We don't know what the score is.
That was Monday, 5-0 over Patrick Henry. We talked about that last night. I don't think they played tonight, did they? Or maybe they did. But Kylie Good had all 5 goals. So there you go. 5-0, all 5 by Kylie. That's probably what Peggy was alluding to. She's got a whole bunch of goals, by the way.
Wow.
Let's see how many she's got. No, it's.
And what grade is she in again? Can you remind me?
I think she's an 8th grader or a 9th grader, right?
Freshman this year, I think. Yeah.
I can't keep track. The years, the timeline has just been compacted. She's got 56 goals this season.
Holy crap.
Oh wait, no, that's the team. Never mind. That's the team. Never mind.
No, she's
Oh,
got
yeah,
39
yeah,
goals.
wow.
She's got 37 of them. 37
That's still
of
a
the
lot.
56.
a lot.
37, 4 assists. So, yeah, that's. Oh, she's at 39. Okay, says 37 on Max Preps, but 39. I'm gonna trust that Peggy's got it right. She's keeping track.
Yep.
Good stuff, Peggy. We appreciate you. We haven't forgotten about you. I promise. Should be good to see if they and Holy Trinity play on Thursday, and then I suspect they'll play again in the championship game.
Yeah, should be a good
It'll
game.
probably be like a 4-team bracket or something. But it is what it is.
Bracket and all teams will play in Greenwood somewhere.
Yeah. Neutral site games. But it's a good little rivalry. There's some. I mean, Kylie's really good, like really, really good. So looking forward to seeing her continue her career. But 4A bracket, I did have that pulled up. There it is. Sorry, guys. I'm a little scatterbrained tonight. I did coach softball tonight. We had a Donnybrook. We won 10-9. Electric Eels
Nice.
got the dub. It was tied at 7 after the first inning. We both maxed out in the first inning. Then we settled in after that. So, yeah, May River against AC Flora. What do we know, Misa?
AC Flora is currently ranked 3rd in the coaches poll and 7th in Max Preps. They are 16-0-2, so they haven't lost a game this year. Very strong defense. They've only allowed 11 goals. They've scored 85. So it's going to be a tough game. We played them last year in the lower state semifinals and lost 3-0. They sit in and they defend well and they put pressure and they take advantage of the opportunities they have. So it's going to be a tough one. It'll be a good game. You know, we'll kick off at 6:30. But they're a strong team. They won their region. Region not as insane as ours. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of the difference in the matchups that we've had in our region and then kind of them where they've kind of, you know, been dominant in their region. I don't think they've lost a region game in years. So Coach Shore does a really good job over there. So it'll be a solid game. They're young. They're about as young as we are. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but it should be a good game. You know, I'm excited for it. So, you know, we'll see how it goes, but you know, as you can see, all 4 Region 7 teams are in the second round. We said that, you know, on the playoff preview. So no surprise there, but I think that'll be a good game. Myrtle Beach and Bluffton is going to be an interesting game. I think that's going to be a close game as well. I'm curious to see how Bluffton will deal with the travel because that's a 4-hour trip on a bus. Shout out to Beaufort County School District for getting us all their teams chartered buses in the playoffs when there's availability.
Nice.
So that'll help.
That makes a difference.
Big
difference.
Yeah. Remember when we came back at 5 a.m? We were on a school bus. The 12 a.m. playoff game we had. So,
that's rough.
But yeah, that Myrtle Beach has had a really good season. They won their region because of the predetermined brackets. They're the overall 1 seed. But I think that's going to be a close game there. Bluffton, you know, they dominated Lugoff Monday night, just couldn't score until the end. It was a pretty dominant game. So I'm curious to see. Myrtle Beach is fast, and they play a similar style to Bluffton. They have a lot of athletes. Their forward is one of the top scorers in 4A. So I'm curious to see how they do with Bluffton's defense. Fed is back tomorrow, so it'll be a big boost for their defense. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. But it should be 2 tough matchups for the Lowco teams in Lower State against 2 very strong teams on the road.
Indeed. Fed. Speaking of Fed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, shout out to Fed, Boyles, and Andres signed on to play at the collegiate level today.
Yeah. I wasn't able to get there, and I knew they were signing, but I didn't know where. And
yeah, I think I got it.
Where they're going?
I know Andres. Also, shout out to Andres for Region Player of the Year. He was voted on by the coaches, well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Andres, I believe, is going to Lander. No, Andres is going to Coker. And then Fed and Michael Boyle are going to SWU.
Okay.
So
Southern Wesleyan. Yeah.
Congrats to them. Yeah, Southern Wesleyan. So congrats to them moving on to play at the next level.
That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. Great to hear that. What I was talking about is I made a little reel of Wes's video of the 2 goals from last night. It is getting much love on IG. Much love. Ooh. I was just showing Carlo how to use these newfangled technologies like CapCut. He knows how to use like the real technology, but I know how to use the ones that my 10-year-old can teach me how to use.
Was Fed sick? Yes. I don't see him on the camera. He's always on camera for every goal. What's going on?
Oh well, you just wait. You just wait. There's another goal coming.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, like, is it a real highlight reel for Bluff when the Fed's on the camera on the celebration?
Right. Here we go.
Selly game was top tier right here.
Selly game is always top tier for these guys. They bring it.
There he is. Oh man,
those guys are great. Those guys are fun. Yeah. Those guys are fun. I like. I got to get out and see them in person, but I can't now. It's like, man, spring. The spring schedule just kills me. Like, I love it. I want to be doing nothing but like coaching kids. But man, I miss out on a lot. It's just hard to get.
Unless we get a Bluffton Derby for Lower State, you won't see.
Well, that's I mean, Fox alluded to it last night. It's not off the table. It could happen. It could happen. You guys got to take care of business tomorrow night, but
that'll be
within the realm of possibility. Your mentor got a great win last night as well. 2-0 for Buford over Ainer. Sounds like their game kind of went like Bluffton's, where they kind of controlled it throughout, but couldn't break through, and then they popped a couple late. But Camden next, and I think that's fairly winnable, right?
Yeah, I think Buford's experience and just overall, I think that's their first playoff win in years for that program. I'm curious to see how they react on the road, but I think Buford should win that, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a region matchup in the third round between Hanahan and Buford. Right. But Buford should take care of business tomorrow on the road, and then get a rematch against Hanahan in the third round. So we'll see. But they a 2-0 win. The score lines in soccer don't tell the story, and this is similar to what Bluffton did last night. I'm sorry, Monday night. No, last night. Today's Tuesday. I'm so lost. Should be good.
Told you the timeline is condensed.
They blends in this week.
These playoffs make you
especially as a teacher. You're getting this late into the school year. It's just everything bleeds in together. Right? As you know, at this time,
the brain just kind of starts unraveling a little bit. Hanahan, and Hanahan and Buford, both those games were close. One was a 1-goal game, and the other was 2-goal game, but in overtime. They scored 2 in overtime. So, there's something, and maybe you know what it is, but Rollins' teams, man, he really coaches to develop throughout the season to be their best at the end, right?
Yeah, and that's been a staple of his forever since I've been with him. He has a way of doing things and getting the players to, take their early season bumps. He doesn't mind playing tough teams early on, especially in our area, and then get them ready for region play. They lost a lot of players from last year's team, and we knew it was going to be a tough year for them. But, I mean, they were right there in a very difficult region in Lower State, and wouldn't be surprised if they make another deep playoff run. But, yeah, I mean, that's what he does. The players get better. When you play Buford, they're going to give you a tough challenge no matter what the score is. And that's always going to be the case. And I think that'll be the case as long as he's the coach there.
Yeah, I think so too. 1A bracket, not a whole lot to see here from our area, but Bridges and Whale Branch will go at it tomorrow in the second round. And then we've also got up here somewhere, Royal Live Oaks. There they are. They get Baptist Hill, which upset Palmetto Scholars, the 20-13 upset. Don't see that every year. So that's what we got. But the next one will be the really good one for both those teams, I think. Royal Live Oaks, Southside Christian.
Yeah, Royal Live Oaks should win, and Bridges. Well, Bridges will win.
Bridges will win that, but then against Dixie, they should probably win that as well, right?
They should. Dixie's not as strong as it used to be for the last few years, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Bridges and then probably Christchurch. Yeah. And they have to travel to Christchurch. So that's going to be a long trip to Greenville. But that'll be a good game. That'll be a good game, they're doing a good job with the program at Bridges. Last year they had a really good season, the boys as well. So they're kind of continuing. They'll be in 2A next year. So I think they'll do well there as well. With the new 2A, not being you don't have the Oceansides and the Grays and stuff, waiting on you in the second round like we have now. So it should be good. But I think they'll take care of business. So Bridges and Well Branch should be a great game.
Well, Branch will go find them. They've been getting better all season too. They've gotten a lot better here at the end of the year. They'll go give them a heck. But Bruce has done a really good job over at Bridges, and I like that dude. I like the cut of his jib. So May River girls will advance to take on West Florence. Don't know much about them. Do you, Misa?
They beat Myrtle Beach. They split with Myrtle Beach, but the second game was like 7-1. And they ended up getting the region tiebreaker. They seem to be a pretty solid team, athletic team. They score goals, but again, the strength of schedule is going to be a factor here, with our region compared to theirs. So that's going to be key, but it should be a close game. I think it'll be a close game. May River, Wes will attest to it. We're talking on the sideline. They were kind of struggling to score early tonight, but we figured once they scored, it was going to open up, and that's what happened. But if you look at the strength of schedule that Max Preps uses, the form is not perfect. You'll see that West Florence is 4.0, May River is 8.2, so it's double that, and that does factor in. Like that does factor in these kind of games.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's pretty even matchup. I mean, if you go off these, I mean, basically, I treat these things not as gospel at all, but as just kind of a basic framework, and you can see that they're sort of in the same tier, and so it should be a fairly even matchup. So obviously, you'd love to have that at home rather than on the road, but it is what it is. And they pulled off a great road win last year at Myrtle Beach. So. Right? Well, that was at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that was at Myrtle Beach. They won 1-0. So, and then Hilton Head travels to AC Flora on Thursday.
Right.
So that'll be a tough matchup for them as well. AC Flora has had a really strong year. Like I said on the preview, you see them 16-6. Strength of schedule is not as strong as Hilton Head's. They've had some really good results against some strong teams. Though it's just their region is not that strong. Like if you look at the region scores for AC Flora, it's very lopsided. But they have a first-year coach, Coach Navarro, who's done a good job with them, kind of continuing where that program has been. So that's going to be a pretty good matchup as well. It'll be tough. I'm curious to see how Hilton Head's going to feel, making the 4-hour trip today, 8 hours on the bus, and then Thursday traveling, 2.5 hours to go to AC Flora. So that's going to factor at some point, but it should be a close game. Hilton Head, we said it before, they've done good this year. Kyle has done a great job over there, and they've been competitive. So they're not an easy 4 seed as we saw tonight with the big win over Myrtle Beach. So that'll be 2 good matchups, for our local teams on the girls side as well.
Yeah. It got to be road warriors. That's what we've seen in the past. Several of these maybe Shark squads, they just find the extra edge and extra compete, this time of year. And I like how you mentioned Rollins, because that guy knows how to. Because I just look back beginning of the season and they were shut out against Bluffton. Now that's a good Bluffton team, coached by Josh Fox, but they did not look good in that match for most of that evening. But credit to them, they've turned it on, and Rollins once again finds a way to just develop and get the most out of those guys. So do not count that team out. And man, I am so proud of what Coach Kyle Newcomb has done in year one, heading up this Seahawk program. And this is a team that really just struggled to put it all together in the past, 2023. But a collection of young stars and some veteran presence has made this team, capable of knocking off anybody in this lower state. So count the Seahawks out at your own risk, because they are going to be a tough one for anyone to match up with going forward. And I guess it's still possible that we could have an all region 7-4A Final Four. Is that possible?
Semis, yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah,
Very
for the
possible.
boys and girls.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I got the 3A bracket though, ready to go, so we can look at what Buford's got ahead. They waxed Georgetown tonight, 13-1. You said Gilbert blew out Darlington, right? In the other side.
Yeah, Gilbert won 16-0 in a very close
Oof.
first round matchup, 16-0. So Buford will host Gilbert on Thursday. I think Buford will take care of business there, and that'll set up a very tough matchup against the defending state champion Waccamaw Warriors at Waccamaw. Now, last year the boys put off a miracle at Waccamaw, so he thinks
True.
possible. But that I think Buford will cruise Thursday. Gilbert they're a decent team, but they just don't have the players to keep up with Buford speed up top. And so we're looking to what should be a very good match between Waccamaw on Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday at Waccamaw.
And worth noting that if Buford did win
Yes.
that game at Waccamaw, they would get the home game in the next round. So
Yeah, that was the rematch of the lower state, right? For Buford guys.
Yeah, they go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
I think whoever wins that match between Buford and Waccamaw, pending no upsets, I think that'll be the lower state winner. Just because the teams in the lower state in the lower half of the bracket aren't as tough.
Although the top 3 in the Max Preps rankings are all lower state, interestingly, with Buford at the top. But look, that strength of schedule is the thing that worries you a bit.
Waccamaw has played some powerhouses
Yeah.
all season. Like they play some tough teams. Wando, Lucy Beckham, like they don't back down from a challenge, boys and girls. So that's kind of what worries me with Buford is that how are they going to react to that, to a strong team on the road who's been in some very tough games this year. But Buford's solid. They've been strong all year. They've handled business. They've beaten teams they're better than, and the score lines show it. So I think that's going to be a fun, high-scoring game if we get that matchup in the third round.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Yep.
And then we're out of the 2A bracket, right?
I mean, unless you want to break down.
Oh no, we got Bridges. We got Bridges against Oceanside. Yeah, we don't really need. We know who they're playing next. They're playing Oceanside
Bridges.
next. Good job, Bridges. We're proud of you.
Okay, first ever playoff win. So congrats.
Exactly, it's amazing.
You build for the future, but when you have Oceanside, especially on the girls, Oceanside girls, they demolished Lucy Beckham a few weeks ago. I think it was like 4 or 5-0. And I think we all know how good Lucy Beckham girls are. So imagine what's that it's just David versus Goliath. Anything's possible. Oceanside's field is huge. They play a 120/80 turf field. And it's like smacking the sun, like right there. So that's going to be a factor as well for the Bridges Preps girls. But congrats on a great historic first ever playoff win, and they use that to build for next year when they're
just so y'all understand what we're talking about here. Oceanside's ranked 40th in the nation on Max Preps of all the schools in the whole country. So we're talking about a national caliber squad.
Yeah.
We're not just talking big for Oceanside, just because.
It's like it's like a national team.
A very strong program for the boys and the girls side, and they are going to be very tough to beat in 2A girls matchup with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, Misa. Thanks for coming on to talk soccer with us, and I'm sure we'll hear from you very soon. And best of luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, appreciate y'all having me. Good luck to our baseball boys tomorrow as well as they travel to North Myrtle Beach in the winners bracket. Should be a good game.
By the way, Misa and I were following the end of the softball game so I was like calling that while I was watching the soccer.
10-4.
He was giving me play-by-play while catching clips for the soccer game simultaneously. Just double duty West is what I called him tonight.
Yep.
Hey, Worldwide West, baby. He's got it on lockdown.
Oh,
you running back and forth between the fields?
They had
no, he wasn't that fast tonight. We couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, they had the tying run at first as well with 1 out, and they were down 5-2, made it 5-3, and then popped out and got into a double play.
Oh.
Tough one.
So now
close.
they softball will host Westside on Thursday.
I just saw that. Yeah. Did you
they'll
tweet
host
that?
Westside on Thursday. Yeah.
You're
They
the
will host
Twitterer.
Westside on Thursday. Time to be determined.
All right, time TBD at Landshark Park. All right, buddy. Get some rest and best luck.
Thank you, guys. See y'all later.
Be well. Misa B. Trolling, aka Misa Garzon, talking soccer on the Lowdown. The MVP sponsors make this all possible, and they start with my wife, Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of LowcoSports. She's with Keller Williams of the Lowcountry, and she'd love to help you find your place in the Lowco, and or maybe find a better place in the Lowco if you want to put the place on the market. It's a great time to buy or sell, and Megan Jarrett would love to help you out with that. She's with Keller Williams of the Lowcountry, and she is the official realtor of LowcoSports. Homegrown Home Inspections is our official home inspector. Jan Lucas and his team are the best in the biz and making sure that you're making a great investment in the real estate market. And if you're building a new home, you got to have that phased inspection. They'll check on the build every step of the way, make sure it's being built right. Call on Homegrown Home Inspections. Mickelson Law Firm, our official real estate closing attorney, the presenting sponsor of the Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, and we'll be talking about that real soon, Max. Don't you worry. And they're our original sponsor since 2017. Mickelson Law Firm been supporting LowcoSports, so we hope you'll support them when you have legal needs. And Hospice Care, the Lowcountry official hospice provider of LowcoSports, only not-for-profit hospice in Southern Beaufort County. They just sold out the Yacht Hop, but they're still looking for a few partners and some chefs and restaurants that want to be a part of a great event, raising money for a great organization in our community. Hospice Care, the Lowcountry, where it's not about dying, it's about living. Those are our MVP sponsors. Max, you got out and saw the alma mater tonight. A little TCOB action for the Eagles. 10-1 for Hilton Head Christian Academy on the baseball diamond over Florence Christian. So they will advance in the winner's bracket. And tell us about the ball game, man.
Yeah, I got there a little late to the game, but at that point they were up 6-0. Zane Wilson, man, he pitched a gem tonight for Hilton Head Christian, and a full complete game. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Good solid outing for him. Slade Bird, man, getting his first high school career home run.
That's awesome.
How about that? In the first round of the playoffs. So congrats to Steele. I got an interview with him tonight. Talk with him about that. And, just a good overall game by Hilton Head Christian. Kind of expected it. We knew this Florence team was good, but just not good enough to beat this Hilton Head Christian team. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, Hilton Head Christian got up and just didn't look back the rest of that game. So now they go to the second round. They will be playing Williamsburg Academy now. If you know it as well as I do, there is a bit of a backstory and a rivalry with Williamsburg. Why? Well, last season, Williamsburg kicked Christian Academy out of the playoffs last year. So there's a bit of a revenge story here for Friday night's game. So unfortunately, I am out of town for that game. So hopefully maybe one of you guys or someone else will be able to go to that game and see how Christian Academy does. And look, Williamsburg is a very good team. They're probably, they're like, you got PD Academy, you got Hilton Head Christian Academy as the best two. Williamsburg is that next, top team in this playoffs. So it's not going to be an easy game for Hilton Head Christian Academy. It would be a very tough game. But the way they played tonight, this is what you want to see out of Hilton Head Christian, and you want to keep seeing them do this because this is the time is now. You can't lose two, man. And they've started off on the right foot, and I'm really happy to see the way they're playing. And now, so Florence Christian,
and you wanted to start off strong. You didn't want to lay an egg in that first game.
Yeah.
You wanted to come out with, at least a solid start and find a way to, if anything, at least get a win. If not, provide a strong performance to start you off and season play. And I think from your report, they certainly did that. So I'm pumped, but definitely a lot of big challenges ahead for this squad going forward. I think you got to be happy of how things are trending. Not just heading into the playoffs, but how they kind started off tonight. So
Yeah.
it's been a good spring to be an Eagles fan after
What
a
about their
really good
business?
winter on the basketball court, especially for the ladies, and now this baseball team. It's sorry.
You're having a little lag. The gremlins are
gremlins
getting
are
it.
acting up tonight.
But we got
Yeah.
we got your interview with Slade Bird here, so let's check that out.
What's up, Logo Sports fans? Max Arraj here. I'm here with Slade Bird of Hilton Head Christian Academy. Slade, first career high school home run. How does it feel, man?
I didn't feel real in the moment. It just got out, so used all my strength on that one, and felt like it took forever to get around the bases, but moment I won't forget.
Yeah. You guys move on here in the playoffs after a win against Florence Christian. You guys may end up playing Williamsburg, who knocked you guys out last year. How does it feel to possibly have some revenge on hand?
It's going to feel great. We're going to have 2 practices, Wednesday and Thursday. Going to get after it, and Friday when it comes, just going to lay it on them.
Looking at this game, what are some of the things y'all could work on as you head towards that game on Friday?
Definitely communications in the infield. Our pitching's been outstanding this whole year. Got a great catch behind the plate, lockdown outfield, so just approaches early in the game.
All right, Slade, congratulations.
Thank you.
On your first career home run, man. It must be real special, so
Sure. Thank
congratulations.
You. Thank you.
All right, that's it for me. I'm Max Arraj, and remember, go Loco.
All right, good stuff.
Better this time around.
Hopefully we didn't cut out on YouTube because of the copyright violation from Sweet Caroline.
So here's what the playoffs look like right now on the upper bracket. Williamsburg beat Northside, so JP2 has to travel to Northside tomorrow to play Northside Christian. Winner of that will play Florence Christian on Friday. And then if whoever wins that game will play the loser of Williamsburg and Hilton Head Christian. So that's the upper side of the bracket, which I've been very carefully paying attention to. Now
there you go.
The lower
on
side.
The other half, Hilton Head Prep rolls today. What was it? 7-1.
Yeah. So they will play.
Yeah,
they're probably playing PD.
7-2.
I haven't seen. Actually, you know what? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna see if that game's up.
I would bet folding money PD won that.
Yeah,
game,
I'm gonna look on PD Academy's website because they always do really good when it comes to like keeping up with scores and stuff like that. So
I'm just gonna look them up on Game Changer. Game Changer. Orangeburg Prep 2-0.
They lost.
PD Academy.
Holy crap! Are you kidding
Wells
me?
and the boys catch a break, perhaps, and they get number 4 seed. Orangeburg Prep, and that means it'll be an afternoon delight at Hilton Head Prep on Friday.
Not good. Wow, I was not expecting that. I don't think anyone was expecting that.
Oh my! What do you mean it's not good? That's fantastic. No. Don't you want an all Loco championship series? What, you don't want to risk it all against Hilton Head?
Hey!
From both
I'm sorry, but let's go Dolphins here.
Let's go Dolphins.
Hey, they
did play really well today.
I love it when sports. I love it when sports when the team that nobody's talking about, who's still one of the best teams, they kind of sneak in and then they show up out of nowhere. And
PD, man, where were y'all tonight? Seriously,
who was pitching for Orangeburg is what I want to know. Good.
Here's the other thing.
Someone named McCutcheon threw a 4-hit shutout, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk on 90 pitches. You know what I'm going to guess? I bet it was a below the threshold guy. I bet it was a guy who was just rolling it up there, and they couldn't sit back, weak contact all night.
Here's the other thing. I don't know what Orangeburg's strength of schedule was for the regular season, but if you look at PD's strength of schedule, it's okay. It's not great. It's not like they played many tough teams. So, still, that game surprises me, seriously. And it's at PD Academy, too. So Orangeburg had to make that 3.5-4 hour trip up to Mullins to play that game against PD Academy.
Charlie
boy, that
McCutcheon was dealing for the
They're probably still driving
Indians.
back right now. I'm not joking. It's a long drive to get back, so they're probably
Well,
driving back right now from Mullins.
I bet they stopped by Buc-ee's and they're having a time of it. It's been a good night.
That sounds
Orangeburg.
fantastic. Yeah, literally middle of the night, stop at Buc-ee's, man. When it's
Look,
not super busy,
Orangeburg's won 3 in a row now. They beat Dorchester the other day, but their last loss was 12-2 to Hilton Head Prep. So now they get another shot at Hilton Head Prep. So man, all right, we got it ain't the playoffs till you get an upset, but Wells and the boys are in good position now. They'll be at home against Orangeburg on Friday, a little afternoon delight, and if they can win that, then I think as the undefeated team, I think you stay the home team no matter what, right? Like you become the higher seed. You become the higher seed. So I think it all runs through Sea Pines now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
if they win there and get
stuff.
to the end of the winners bracket, and you get that chance to win at least 1 or 2 to finish it off.
Right.
Yeah,
you get that at home.
game there. Yep. So
the if game like PD is not.
Oh wait, the if game's Thursday, and I believe then it goes back. I think if you win on the road, you get it at home.
It's not like
which I like that.
Yeah,
so I actually like the fact that if you win the first one, you earn the second one at home because it kind of incentivizes the team that's in the catbird seat to go for it now.
So like in the high school league, if you win, then you gotta play again at the same place.
Right,
so
that's hard, dude.
Yeah,
that's rough.
But in skis, it's a lot better for the road team.
Man, I can't believe they lost.
Then they get to the signing game.
Baseball, man.
I know.
An arm. That's not as big an upset as it would have been if Bluffton would have got North Myrtle Beach last night, which very nearly happened.
That is very true.
I saw the play, by the way, that started it, man. Oh, it was crazy.
You got to send me that clip because I kind of wondered what happened because I stopped watching as that inning began, and all of a sudden they were up.
It's a heartbreaking play because it's a pretty hard hit ground ball to third, and he literally kicks it like off his shoe, goes right to the shortstop, but then he throws it away. Like he actually had a chance to still get him at first, but he threw it away and then they started around the bases. And then Miles tried to pick the first and threw one away, and like it was just like every little thing started going wrong all of a sudden.
The other thing I wanted to mention on that Orangeburg PD game, first off, you got to drive to Mullins. That field, by the way, was one of the trickiest fields I played on because the ball would bounce wherever it wanted to. Like it would make some weird.
It must have been pretty good today because they didn't even give up. There was only 2 runs scored in the whole game.
I know it was a weird field to play on, but it's just first you got to drive to Mullins. That's never easy. Then you beat PD Academy. Like that's impressive, especially against a PD program that's been kind of dominant around this part of the Skeeza division for quite a few years now, at least since I've been playing. Since my junior year of high school, when they kicked us out of the playoffs. So I mean,
been state champs.
That's a PD Academy team with a lot of history and a couple state titles, if not more. I think over the last few years or so.
They won it last year, I know.
A
couple other games. I wanted to see if this one went final yet. I think we had weather out in. I think it's still live, maybe. We had weather out in Ridgeland. Thomas Hayward game got delayed, but it shows that it's still in progress. Top of the 7th, 10-8 Thomas Hayward over Dorchester trying to even the series. Colleton Prep even their series with a 9-3 win over St. John's Christian. So that one goes back to St. John's Christian for game 3 on Thursday. Patrick Henry swept 14-0 over Dillon, so 25-0 on the aggregate. Pretty good time for the Patriots. I haven't seen the stats yet, but I know.
And when is their next series? Next week?
It was last night. So it'll start Monday, and I believe it'll be Lee or Calhoun, one or the other. So we might need to get out there. We might need to get out there Monday. It might be the day.
But I won't be.
You got to work. You got to work.
No, I won't be here. I'm out of town.
Oh, you'll be out of town. Well, the championship
Well,
series.
let's hope they
will
get
happen,
it.
too,
Let's hope they get
assuming
to
win.
Thursday. If they get to Thursday, I might be in town for that. So we'll see.
Well, yeah,
We'll see.
that we're gonna hope they sweep and don't get to Thursday, but
That's true.
could happen. Could happen.
Hey man, if they get to the state championship game, I'm all for it. I'm all ready to go for.
And
for a
then
state
on the
game.
high school league side, Beaufort with a 3-2 win over Georgetown. That's a nice. Mullis told us that was going to be a tough battle.
Yeah.
But they get the win. I wanted to get the stats up and see who got the job done tonight. It was Malcolm Webb on the mound. He went the distance, 2 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits, 6 Ks, 3 walks, hit 1, 99 pitches.
Wow.
Warrior effort from Malcolm Webb. Brutcher was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Webb was also 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. So he's the man of the night for sure. Dylan Rass had a hit as well. Good dub for Beaufort, and I presume they will play Gilbert, who is very tough in the next round, but that'll be a good matchup. And then Hampton lost 18-5 to Buford, and Waccamaw beat Battery Creek 11-1. So that's not a surprise though. That was a 1-4 game. But I was getting the bracket up here for Beaufort. Here we go. Beaufort will. Which one are they in? There we go. Yeah, so I presume they'll go to Gilbert for the next one, and that one will be big. That one will be big because it's the same deal as that Orangeburg PD thing, where if you lose, if you win that, then you get to be the 1 seed basically for the rest of the way. So that'd be a huge game. Malcolm going the distance is huge because it means you got everybody else, all hands on deck.
Yeah.
For the next one. So good stuff there.
I would
and then
that Gilbert game will be Hudson Mullen probably going for Beaufort.
That's what I expect.
And if he's going and he's on his A game, it's going to be tough for Gilbert to beat Beaufort.
Well, and that's kind of what I was getting at with Malcolm going the distance tonight. Is now you can have kind of a short leash with Hudson, right. And if he's not commanding it well early, you can just get him out of there, save him for another day, and let somebody else take the reins. So they got Womack, they got Dylan Rass, they got Hollingsworth, they got several guys who can give them innings. But Gilbert usually can swing it pretty good too, so it'll have to be a guy who's a little crafty. But and they got a shot. They got a shot if they play defense. That's been the case all year. When they play defense, they're pretty good. They still made 3 errors tonight, but able to limit the damage and get the win. So
give them this free. You can't get free outs this time of year. That is
no.
If you find a way to play solid defense, that is really the difference maker once you get into May. It's all about. But yeah, it's exciting this time of year. You get so much action in such a short span, and
right.
we've been off to a pretty nice start. Especially the Skeeza side is getting very, very interesting now, and it could be wide open. We've talked about Chris Demi all year, but I think it could be wide open to. I still think HHEA is right there in terms of the odds on favorites. Man. But it's
baseball. 3-game series in baseball. Almost anything can happen.
That game on Friday against Williamsburg is going to be real interesting because that's probably the best team they'll face until at least the state championship series if they get there.
So, at least the state championship. Are they going to play somebody after that?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they have a game. Yeah, you never know. Look,
going on to the World Series.
Well, I mean, you look at the rest of that.
I'm just messing with you.
We'll play for the national championships next.
There you go. But hey, we also have some softball highlights from May River from Carlo Perusa. But first, let's shout out the varsity sponsors. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits that get results. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties, and they've jumped on board to help us continue to expand our coverage in those counties and shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes around the Loco. Reverence Wrestling Club is our official wrestling sponsor and the presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. If you want to take your skills in the mat, get over to the next level, get over to Reverence Wrestling Club. And Dr. Ambrose Cole, official chiropractor of LowcoSports. You can find him at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. Those are our varsity sponsors. Talking a little bit softball. You mentioned it, Wes. You were keeping tabs. You watched a little and then stepped away for soccer. But 5-3 was the final, right? For North Myrtle Beach, which is tough L for May River, and they will play at home. Yeah, good, really good game, right? They had their opportunities at the end.
It was, both teams scored a pair in the first inning. After that, I mean, it was a pitcher's duel, and North Myrtle Beach just been able to convert on a couple more opportunities. The runs that they gave up in that first inning, I think, were avoidable. There was defensive miscue that factored into one of those runs, and they're able to get another one off that. So, I mean, it's just the little things this time of year, the minor mistakes, and they're just unable to capitalize on many of their other chances later on, and almost rallied, but just too little too late there for May River. They got to such a great start with the bats, but were just silenced midway through the game and couldn't really find that breakthrough hit. So they played a solid game. Just this time of year, you just cannot find a way to make as many errors and just missed opportunities as you saw out there. It's a fine line. And I tell you, this is a great softball team. And Carabella, she can absolutely hit. I mean, she's terrific in the circle, but she has got quite the bat as well.
3 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, she is carrying her weight and then some for this Shark squad. So keep an eye on her. But you just look back to a couple, opportunities that they had on offense. I mean, a couple of big strikeouts by the opposition, North Myrtle Beach. That's not easy to travel that far on the road.
Right.
You're going from almost at the North Carolina state line and traveling all the way down to almost Georgia. So you're going across the entire length of the Lowcountry of the state. The Grand Strand up there all the way to the Lowcountry. That is a long drive, and credit to them for what they did and showing up getting the win. But just got to fight back and see how many more games you can play. Just take one at a time if you're the May River Sharks and see what happens. But definitely a tough road ahead of them now following this first game. So they'll get the loser of Lugoff Elgin and West Side.
Yeah, so they're at home against West Side on Thursday. Yep.
Second.
And then if they win, they will play Saturday against the loser of Berea and whoever lost the Beckham Irmo game, which I should have in here somewhere. So that's interesting that they could get Lucy Beckham potentially, a team that they just beat handily the other night. That's good for them. Probably not for Beckham.
Look, it was a team to beat, but that result doesn't matter now. It's you're 0-0.
True story. True story. But it's still a positive feeling when you go up against a team you just
good
beat.
Mindset. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just trying to find the Lucy Beckham score from tonight. I love it when there's like 7 different teams for that team on the game changer, and you don't know which one's the right one. You guys ever play that game? It's really fun. Can't find them. I bet Irma's on here.
Oh, Irma's got to be on there.
But I just want to know who May River plays next. That's all I want to know. Irmo beat Lucy Beckham 4-0. So they advanced to play West Florence. So it'll be the loser of Berea Beckham it'll be the loser of West Florence Irmo. Sorry, that's what they would get if. All right. that's what their bracket looks like right now. That's what else do we have on the softball side tonight? Had Hartsville 4-2 over Colleton County, which is in a different part of this same bracket. Colleton gave them hell, 4-2. So then they will presumably host Northwestern, unless AC Flora lost, but nope. Flora beat Northwestern 3-1. So Colleton will host Northwestern on Thursday, 11 versus 14. So that's what we got there. And then the other softball, Green Sea Floyds beat Bridges 16-0. JP2 9-1 over Patrick Henry in a regular season contest. So I think that's about it, boys. That gets us up to speed on what all happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Busy day.
Go ahead, Wes.
Busy evening. No, I'm just saying busy evening. Fun to just wrap around everything because we got a lot going on. Yeah. Yep. Like chaos.
Oh, you know what else I got? I got one more thing for you, boys. I got one more thing for you. Yeah. It's a good one, too. You're going to like it for sure. It is Buford Georgetown girls highlights from Javon Livingston himself.
Oh, yeah.
Buford's own. You're going to enjoy this. We're going to get like a whole lot of
goals.
Duncan goals in this. How long does this thing go? 10 minutes. Yeah, we might not watch this whole thing. We might go to bed before. We might fall asleep before this movie's over. We'll get a sampler.
Buford just dominated.
How many goals did Selena
dominates an understatement.
She had 4 goals, 2 assists tonight. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Solid evening. She shared the wealth a lot tonight.
Yeah. That's the mark of a really talented player and good leader for your team. It's not always the me, but the we. When opportunities open for teammate to make the good pass, she is quite a fun player to watch.
And Gianna Pacheco each had a brace. Charlotte Blair Scarpa had a goal and an assist. Reynolds Morgan, Reynolds Morgan, not sure her first name. She had 1. Maggie Brown 1. Peyton Mullen 1. And Pedro Perez, that's a great name, had 1. Carson Crosby had an assist. So lots of folks involved in this one.
Spread around the wealth of this.
Just missed that one. Selena wears 14, by the way, if you were wondering.
Yeah, they just dominated this game from the start.
And she's going to make a run, and she's going to finish. She just doesn't. I mean, she's just a killer, dog. She gets it on her foot close to the goal, she's going to score.
Oh, my God, they gave it away.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. This is like watching foosball. And the other person's just controlling their defense.
Like a rookie mode on FIFA.
Yeah, right? Like it kind of feels like it's going in slow motion right now. It doesn't feel like real life. You can play down to your competition in those situations, though, and the Eagles did not do that. They put it on.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I wonder how many shots on goal
they were just so much better.
Peppering it. We're still only 17 minutes into this game.
Oh, my gosh, what a goal. Good Lord, did you see that shot?
Yeah, that was a laser. That was a laser. I didn't know what hit him.
Definitely
blasting it from distance. Whew.
Yeah. Firing away.
Yeah, they just tore Georgetown up, man.
There's some unfair matchups in the first round of the playoffs, to be fair. to be honest.
See that time to time, and especially soccer, there's definitely some tiers. There's steps up and there's steps down the other way for.
I just went through the entire defense.
Relentless.
Yeah.
Just kept kicking.
He just went through all like 3 tiers of that defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when you're down 4-0 after 17 minutes, the want to starts to.
Well, if
away.
you were,
she just shot that right through the wall.
What a laser!
Once you got to 5 goals, you just pass the ball back and forth for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buford didn't want to do that apparently. We
Yeah.
still have.
I mean,
like,
that's
7 goals left to go here. What was the final score? Was it 13-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
poor keeper is just wearing it tonight.
Oh man, I mean nothing you can do.
I feel bad for that.
Just
I
keeps
feel bad
coming
for that goalie. I really do.
I mean, she's made some solid saves too. Like that's the thing. She gave up 13, but she stopped a bunch.
Right, you could have given up you a little more than that.
She played well. She did good.
Yeah, she didn't get a lot of help.
It wasn't. It's not like her defense was helping her out very much.
That's
Oh,
nightmares for a goalie when
okay.
you're put upon to make save after save after save. And can't make
That's
them all.
what
And
damn towel! Throw the damn towel! We're gonna throw the towel on those highlights.
Yeah,
boys.
we are throwing the towel in after that one.
That was enough. That was enough. That was becoming painful. But shout out to the Buford girls. Moving on. Let's round this thing up for a landing. Lowco Booster Club helps keep us going, and it starts with Daniel Court and Debbie Court, the Court Lifestyle Pros. They're with Charter One Realty, and they want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. We got Revive, Rehab, Women's Health, and Pelvic Floor Physical Therapy. You'll find Dr. Allie and Dr. Jen over there. Awesome people, great with new moms. They'll help you get feeling like yourself again. Eagle Creations has promotional items and custom apparel, as well as custom gift baskets and all kinds of other cool stuff. Go check out their showroom on Argent Boulevard and see what they can do for you at Eagle Creations. They're also hiring for some office help. If anybody's looking for a part-time gig, hit me up. I can help you out. Make that connection. Jay's Barbershop, great place to be in downtown Ridgeland. Whether you need a haircut or not, you can just go get a great style or just some great conversation over at Jay's Barbershop. Cool place. And Barefoot Floor Care, the Lowcountry, they'll make your floors so clean your feet will thank you. Chris Odom, great dude. Please support our sponsors in the Lowco Booster Club and all the rest of them. Thanks so much to everybody. How you guys want to finish this thing up? You got a shout out to give, Wes?
Yeah, I got one that I didn't see until I was looking at the comments, but definitely deserved a lot of notoriety for what she did. Keely Good, who was one of the heroes of the Buford Academy squad a year ago, she continues to tear it up. They won 5-0. She scored all 5 of them. Monstrous performance in a 5-0 win. So keep an eye on her and that Buford Academy girls squad. It could make some noise once again in postseason.
She's got 39. 39 on the season.
That is insane. We talked to her on the pod a year ago. And terrific kid, and she's doing it again, 2024. Just wanted to give her a shout out.
Outstanding, yeah, she's terrific, and just a freshman. Max, who you shouting out, bud?
I got 2. First, Zane Wilson, complete game tonight. Real good tonight for the first playoff game for the Eagles, and then. Slade Bird, man, getting his first career high school home run. What a great feeling that is, and hopefully we'll see quite a few more out of him in the next couple seasons. But congratulations to him on his first high school career home run, and Zane Wilson. What a game he pitched tonight. He really looked dominant tonight. So. Can't wait for Friday night revenge game against Williamsburg. Cool. So I'm excited for that.
Yep, Javon just queued up mine for me. That's where I was going, but he's right. It's Malcolm Webb. Heroic effort. I did not realize that it was a walk-off knock. I didn't pick up on that. But helped his own cause to the nth degree with the walk-off knock to give himself the complete game W, so he doesn't have to go to extras.
Wow.
That's big
his
time.
Own cause.
That's huge.
Big time, Malcolm. So Malcolm Webb definitely getting my shout out tonight. There were some others that we could have, but that's the DeGrom, right? Where you
Yeah.
you not only pitch the CG, but you also drive in the winning run. The DeGrom's got to be 1-0 with a homer, I know, but it's like the equivalent. You drove in the winning run and you threw the CG. And I also have one other note to mention. Just saw a second now signing for USCB men's basketball. They've signed the first 2 guys in the class. The first was a freshman, 6'7" wing out of Toombs County, Georgia, Dominic Eason. And then just today, they got the second one, a 6'10" big coming from USC Upstate, D1
Wow.
6'10", Pat Ariel. So
He's making some moves. Actually,
welcome to the Lowcountry.
Speaking of USCB basketball, so for those who don't know, I work at Publix, and guess who showed up at Publix to check out at my register today? The head coach of USCB men's
Ron
basketball.
Fudala.
Yeah, man.
Ronnie,
he showed up.
great
like,
guy.
Wait, I feel like I know you. Why do I know you? And he's like, I'm the head coach for USCB basketball. I was like, oh, that's why I know you.
Max.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Max.
Yeah. Max.
So Pat Ariel is he's coming with just maybe 1 year of eligibility, maybe 2, not sure. I think he was a junior on the Upstate roster this year, but that doesn't always mean anything anymore. But he's out of Flora, AC Flora, and well, he only played 1 year at Upstate, but I don't know where he was before that. He played 21 games, started 6, only averaged 9 minutes a game, 3 points a game, had 8 blocks, 3 steals, so didn't get a whole lot of playing time, which would explain why he's looking to get somewhere else. So, but certainly USCB will take 6'10", 230 all day. We need a new big.
And a 6'7" wing.
The portal giveth and the portal taketh away. Yeah, they love 6'7" wings. You can't have enough 6'7" wings. Those are great. But let's see his bio here. Where did he start out before that? Doesn't say. We got to do some more research. We got a new sand shark to learn about.
That's our homework for tonight, fellas. There's your homework tonight, Wes. Go and check out who these new guys are.
I'm pumped. Year 2 is going to be even better.
He was somewhere else before that. Oh, he was at South Carolina before that at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. He went to Northwest Florida State College. Yeah, okay. So, that's a good get right here. That's a good get. So, he left South Carolina. He signed with South Carolina in 2019. And then he actually stepped away from the game. He wasn't feeling it anymore, which, didn't love it anymore. Then ended up, he had offers out of high school from Boston College, Butler, and Georgia Tech. Chose South Carolina. Yeah, then he stepped away, came back. Wow. This could be a great story, man. This could be a great story. But, so let's go. I'm excited.
I am pushing my bedtime, so I got to get to.
Yeah, man. We'll get it going here, but thanks so much to everybody who showed up to listen or watch, as well as all of our sponsors. Thanks to Misa B. Trollin, Misa Garzone for jumping on. Thanks to Wes for staying up past his bedtime. We appreciate you, buddy. And we'll let you get going. We'll be back tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Until then, for Wes Kerr and Max Arraj, I'm Justin Jarrett. Go Lowco.
The LowcoSports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.